seats for everyone. So those of you, if you would stand, we will not take long for this program, I promise. So welcome to the Handley 100th, celebrating the celebration Gala. We're so happy to have you here with us tonight. So many folks that have made not just this night, but this whole year eventful. I do have a few acknowledgments that I would like to make tonight. I'll wait until some folks do settle down in the back. Okay, a few acknowledgments that I would like to make tonight are our sponsors of this evening. First is Perry Engineering, Mike and Susan Perry. Mike, where are you? In the back. Thank you, Mike. Valley Health, Mark Nance, CEO. Mark, thank you, sir. And Piccadilly Printing. Also tonight, one of our sponsors is the George Washington Hotel. I might ask if Glenn and Kim Burke would join me here for just a moment. Glenn and Kim, where might you be? Tell them they need to come in here, please. Hey, Barry, will you get them for me? Here they are. Glenn and Kim, we want to thank you as one of our sponsors. But also, I want to note, as we celebrate the Handley 100th celebration tonight, the George Washington is celebrating 100 years this year. This iconic building has been and continues to be so very impactful on Winchester and especially our downtown. So please, if you have a glass or some food, raise your glasses to two great institutions, John Handley High School and the George Washington Hotel. Hear, hear. Thank you.
Appreciate that so much, man.
Thank you, Glenn.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it.
Don't leave yet.
Oh, don't leave yet. Oh, looks like we have a George Washington Hotel birthday cake. And Handley. Kim? So we'll have Kim Ball and the Burks who can blow the candles out.
Is that going to be enough to go around?
No, we thought you were providing the dessert. We are.
One, two, go ahead, and three. Well, I won't say that, Kim, but somebody up here just said there's still enough hot air here. I would also like to thank tonight's Gala committee, Kim Burke, Marcia Barley, I know who is here, Robin Schroth, and Beth Wolf. Thank you for all you've done to make tonight. The planning for the 100th anniversary of Handley High School began close to 3 years ago. Kim, where did the time go? With the formation of a steering committee appointed by Superintendent Jason Van Hoeklem. I'd like to introduce for just a moment, if I might, and if you are here, please just raise your hand, the members of the steering committee for the Handley 100th. Kim Ball, Vice Chair. Jason Van Hoeklem. Amazing. There's quite a few here, so hold your applause till they're all introduced. Susan Brathwaite, Andy Vipperman, Jaden Seibert, Jerry Headley, Nancy DeArmond, Jean Schultz, Bonnie Sandy, Carl Rush, Cynthia Cather-Burton, Debbie Foltz, Doug Joyner, Jimmy Wilkins, Larry Weiss, Maddie Rodriguez, Maggie McCampbell-Lean, Reed Prosser, and Tommy Dixon. Thanks to the steering committee. Over the past year, I think all members of the steering committee, but I particularly, I'm sure that Kim has, we've received so many wonderful comments and thanks for all the events that have occurred. When we first met, I don't think anyone on the committee imagined what would take place over this past year, beginning June 14th, 2023, and ending this June 14th, 2024, and Kim will talk about some exciting events that are coming up over the next 4 to 5 weeks. There have been so many wonderful events, presentations, displays, and memories. Memories of the past and memories recently created. Friendships made and friendships renewed. And along the way, I think we had some fun. At least I did, and I hope the rest of you did also. On behalf of the committee, I express our sincere appreciation to the administrators, the teachers, the staff, and the students of Winchester Public Schools, especially Handley, and the hundreds of volunteers, and I mean hundreds, who provided advice, worked events, headed up projects, and attended our many events, and our partners and sponsors without whom we could not have been this successful. I offer my personal gratitude to the steering committee members. Thanks for all that all of you have done. This has meant so much to so many and brought back, as I mentioned earlier, so many memories. Handley pride is real. Go Judges. It's now my pleasure to introduce Superintendent Jason Van Hoekelum, who had the vision and, frankly, thankfully, put this committee together early on so that we could have these events and this celebration. Jason?
Thank you, Harry. So let's be honest, right? So how did this happen? I walk into my office. I said, Bonnie, we got to do something for this 100th anniversary. What do we need? And she says, Jason, you need Harry Smith. Please give Harry a big round of applause. Yeah. So I called Harry Smith, and I said, Harry, would you be willing to lead this? And he said, Jason, I can't do it without Kim Ball. And so that's how we got the dynamic duo. And it's been a joy for me as a superintendent to really watch this committee. It's like an orchestra, right? Everyone playing their piece of the music. And from Jerry to Jean, Kim, obviously, and Harry, Mike Stryker, and others to come together and make this all a reality has just been really beautiful to watch. And it has cemented into my mind what I already knew to be true, which is what you just said, that Handley pride is real, right? And I'm here to tell you, those of you who have maybe graduated a couple decades ago, that Handley pride is still there. And the students that walk the halls of Handley, they feel it, and it matters, all right? Now, the students at Handley High School don't look like this room anymore, okay? That's okay. But guess what? They are benefiting, and they are experiencing the benefits of what you have put on them as a tradition and pride of John Handley High School, and they rise to that occasion. Some might call, if you were to just look at the demographics of our high school outside of Winchester, they would say, guess what? Whoa, that's an at-risk high school. But it's not. 77% free lunch, 43% Hispanic, right? 31% English language learners, okay? So yeah, in any other context, you might say that's an at-risk high school, but not John Handley High School. Our kids are going on to do great things. We sent kids to Harvard last year. We sent kids to Princeton. We send kids to UVA all the time. Don't tell your county folks, but we send more kids to UVA than they do. $5.3 million in scholarship last year. $5.3 million, okay? More than any other high school in this area, right? we are creating what John Handley envisioned, right? That education is the game changer for people and for students. And a lot of it's because of you. I see in this room people who have given their blood, sweat, and tears and their treasure to continue the traditions of Handley High School. And that matters. And while the kids today don't know your name, right? They don't know who you are. It matters, and they feel it. And someday they're going to look back and say, wow, I went to John Handley High School. And they're going to carry that diploma, which, as you know, doesn't fit in a frame that you can buy at Michael's. You got to get it custom framed, right? I mean, we have our traditions here, and they're going to care about that, and it's going to mean something, and it does mean something. I'm just so proud, that I get a chance to sit on the sidelines and watch this community. We've been here 8 years. My wife Sarah's here tonight. My daughter's now a 10th grader at Handley High School. She's going to graduate from this place. But we know we're not from here. We're on the outside. And it's been a joy for us as a family to watch this community make vision a reality. And we hold on to these traditions and we look towards the future. We're still innovative. We're still striving for the best of what's tomorrow. And we hold on to these beautiful traditions at the same time. And it's something that you all should be very proud of. And I just am grateful that I've been able to be a small part of that for the last 8 years. So enjoy tonight. I can't thank you guys enough, Kim and Harry, for putting together a whole year of activities where sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, another one? My goodness, I was like, my goodness, that's a lot. So, but every single one was meaningful, right? Every single one was important. And it was really beautiful to watch. And we're not done yet. We still got a couple more weeks before we wrap this puppy up. But it's been a great year. So let's celebrate tonight. Have a good night tonight, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. I did just notice, and I think there's only one, but retired former superintendent of the Winchester Public Schools, Glenn Burdick, is with us tonight. Glenn, thank you for being here. You've got to be careful when you start introducing people. I was downtown today. We had some great events. And I was over at the cornhole area. Nancy DeArmond was working it. And this gentleman came up to Nancy and myself, and he said, I want to thank you. And he pointed to me, and I didn't know who he was. He had a Handley hat on. And he said, years ago, you were speaking at an event. And events, typically, people keep introducing, and unfortunately, we're going to do that tonight. But he said, you got up and said, everybody in this room is important. Would you all please just stand up, shake hands, and say hi to each other? So every single person in this room is important to us. So just really quickly, you don't need to stand up, but just everybody say hi to each other. Thank you. That is great. Jason talked a lot about Handley High School and a lot of what we have seen over the past several years. The current principal at John Handley High School, Susan Brathwaite, her support, her energy, her can-do attitude. And I'll have to tell you, I don't think, Kim, that Susan ever said no to the many, many, many requests that we had. She's a magician. Ladies and gentlemen, Susan Brathwaite.
Celebrating the 100th year anniversary of John Handley High School is a significant occasion. That underscores the deep-rooted connection between the school and our community. For a century, John Handley High School has been a vital part of the community, shaping the lives of generations of students and fostering a sense of belonging and pride. Today, as we gather to celebrate this special milestone, it is important to recognize and thank the invaluable contributions of the steering committee members. Their dedication and hard work have been instrumental in organizing this celebration and ensuring its success. Without their tireless efforts, we wouldn't be here today honoring the rich history and legacy of our beloved school. To the Handley notables who have exemplified Handley pride, with their exceptional contributions, thank you for your dedication and passion, which have helped shape our school's legacy. Your commitment to excellence and service embodies the spirit of Handley, inspiring us all to strive for greatness. We also extend our sincere gratitude to our sponsors and donors whose generosity has played a crucial role in making this celebration possible. Their support has enabled us to create meaningful experiences and memories that will be cherished for years to come. As we reflect on the past century of John Handley High School's impact on our community, let us look forward with optimism and excitement for the future. Together, we can continue to uphold the traditions and values that make our school truly special. Thank you to all who have contributed to this celebratory year. Thank you. Yep.
As Susan was speaking and listening to Jason, I was reminded of and the great accomplishments that Handley graduates have made in our community, our state, our nation, some even international, as my classmate Bill Eaton. And I know some of you were able to hear Bill, Beth Comstock, and others who have done the world right. But I don't want us to forget, and I want us to celebrate those students who have gone through Handley and those who are going to go through Handley who have great skills and trades and go to work and work maybe right from high school. Or they might go to Laurel Ridge and certainly go to Shenandoah University. And Tracy's back there with us. And I want to celebrate all the students in our school system for what they do and have done. Okay, we're about to wrap up. It's not going to be much longer. Got a few other things and have something I want Kim to discuss. Do have a few announcements. The Gene Smith printing is in the back. We will take sealed bids on that until 9 o'clock. It is print number 1 of 100. And I got to be honest, Kim and Eugene allowed me to buy print number 100. Get it? 100, 100? You know, so I thank you for that. The time capsule, if you haven't seen it, is out in the lobby. We will bury that next month. Kim will discuss that. So raise your hands. You can't shout out. How many of you know where the original time capsule is at Handley High School? How many know? Okay. Do you want to know or you want to wait and see me later? All right, I'll tell you where it is. If you go up the steps, and for some of us now, that's quite a haul. We used to have to run those steps. But if you go up the steps and you're on the platform, getting ready to go into the big double doors into the principal's office, and Jimmy Wilkins isn't here, so I can say that he, Jerry Handley, myself, and a couple others did spend a little bit of time in the principal's office in high school. Mine was rare, but I think Jimmy and Jerry spent some good time there and got to know the principal, Archie Fry, really well. But when you're standing there looking at those double doors and you're on that platform, if you look to the right, a little bit below the platform, you will see the cornerstone. The cornerstone has the Roman numerals 1923, and it is behind that. So we decided, because we were worried the building might fall down, that we weren't going to pull that out and open up the time capsule. We will not. Gene Schultz did some excellent research for us. Gene actually has a list. Gene, is that on our website, Jaden? It is? Okay, so the list of what's in the old time capsule is on our website, and we will bury the new time capsule here coming very, very soon. You've seen the vertical banners. If you haven't, please take a look at those. We thank the Handley Archives and Jerry Handley for putting those together from the decades of Handley High School. And for the notables that are here tonight, you'll hear an announcement about 8:30. We'd like to get the notables that are here to be in the back, and we'll have a picture taken. And for any of you that would like to have your picture taken with the backdrop of the logo for Handley 100th, please go back at any time and take your picture. Okay, I am just about wrapped up here. Not taking away from all the great work that has been done by so many, but truly there's one individual who dedicated so much of her life the last few years to this once-in-a-century endeavor. I think, Scott could bear witness to this, that whenever she woke up, she had another idea. Right, Jerry? And I'm not quite sure she slept much at night over the last year. We could not have accomplished what we have without her vision and her hard work. To close the program out, I recognize and thank humbly Kim Ball, Vice Chairman of the Steering Committee.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Harry, for those nice words. It seems like at every event, my job is to kind of be the one to tell what's coming next, and also to be the one to kind of give some commercials. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And then it's been a full day of activities today. We have had children's activities. We had a concert on the Old Town Mall. We had panel discussion at the library. So tonight is a night just to kick off your shoes, if you'd like, and dance, socialize, eat, drink, and just have a good time. So that's the goal for tonight. We do have a few more weeks of activities to come. I'll mention a few of them. Next Saturday, we have a New York Times best-selling author speaking at the Handley Library. He is someone who writes young adult fiction, and A.J. White is his name. We have a panel discussion coming up in early June with Handley graduates who have been involved in broadcast media, Lauren Ricketts, Kara Dixon, Allegra Zamore, and some of them are going to be, maybe all of them will be presenting by Zoom, especially Lauren, who is in Europe for 2 years. So be sure to check that out. One thing that we're really excited about is an opportunity to have, as our final event of the Alumni Music Series, we're going to honor one of Handley's most famous former student, and that is Patsy Cline. We have 7 acts lined up to play at Fabrisa, singing Patsy Cline music. We'll have some trivia games. It'll be a fun evening, Saturday, June 8th. And then our big finale event is Friday, June 14th. So as Harry mentioned, we will kick off the evening with the burial of the time capsule, which you can see out in the lobby. Jim Riley and Chloe Nicholson have been in charge of the time capsule project, so we'll bury that. Then we're going to have a pizza party for volunteers and sponsors, so that includes a lot of you all here. Come up to the school that night. We'll have that event, and then we'll all go into the auditorium or the Patsy Cline Theater, whichever you want to call it, depending on your age. And then we're going to see Doug, I'm going to ask you to help me. Do you remember? What's the title of the video? Legacy of Excellence, John Handley High School, 100 Years. Okay, so that's about a 45-minute video that will be shown for the first time in the Patsy Cline Theater that evening. I asked the school, and they said we could not have popcorn in the auditorium. Just kidding. That's the first no we've had out of Susan. I can take it. Because after that, we will go into the wooden hallway, and we're going to have 100 Years cupcakes for everybody. So a cupcake reception, and then out onto the terrace where we will have some special music, and then we are going to have fireworks. So that will be the capstone of a very busy celebratory year. So mark your calendars for June 14th. And then just a couple other announcements. Harry mentioned the Gene Smith print. It is going to be sold tonight, so please get your bids in on that. It is print number 1. It is framed by Jean's Gallery, and it's located back there. There's bid slips that you can put in the box. We also, just a couple of days ago, we received a donation from Bell's Fine Clothing of 10 Handley watches. We are selling 6 of them tonight. This is the commercial part. We're selling 6 of them tonight here by sealed bids. 200, they were retailing at $275. 200 is what we're asking for a minimum bid, and we have 6 of them. There are 3 different styles, so be sure to use the form that's this face color and band color that you would like, and we'd like to have those 6 sold tonight. We've had a couple expenses coming up that are going to help make our end of year celebration extra special, and the proceeds of the print and the watches will help with that. So we appreciate your support as always. Many of you have, most of you have supported in many ways for the whole year. And I think I'm finished talking and ready to relax.